Hi, it's me, your favorite YouTuber, Shan. But, and I'm sitting on a chair this time. That's why, in a way, it's giving very, what's it called? It's giving like me and you are on FaceTime. That's what it's supposed to be. I tell that to everyone. Everyone says that about my content in general. They said it gives very FaceTimey, and I said absolutely. Absolutely. But today, we're going to be discussing Love Island. I don't know how I got myself swept up in the show again. I don't know how it does that. I don't know how, like, I feel like it's something, I've always said this about reality TV shows. I think it's not something they're able to do. They're able to pull people and lure them in like they're, yeah, like they're drugs. And they're able to get people to view. Even though there's things that we wouldn't necessarily let fly. And that is our topic of conversation. Yeah, we didn't necessarily let those things fly. And basically, our main thing, as you can see by the thumbnail, a lemur is on my back. And I said I'm carrying her because what's going on? Love Island, for real, what's going on? It's the same thing though. It's the same thing. And I just think, what is it about Love Island enjoying torturing black women on television? Why do they like it? Why do they think it's some kind of ritual? Why do they think that black women deserve it? They don't, by the way. But you know that already. They don't. And then it's like, I just don't really get it. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I guess they try to be really diverse, and so they try to throw in, I don't know, so majority of the cast this year are white. Then you've got Sophie, who I think is like Asian. You've got lots of Irishes this year. Not that hey, not that's anything, because Aleem was also Irish, but I'm just saying a lot of them are Irish this year. And then you also have it's also somebody else. There's also, I don't know, think of a diversity, but no, because the thing is, matter is I like to do one black male, maybe one black girl, but then the thing with matter is that in USA there's two black women, two in their lineup. They're both baddies, that's obvious. Doesn't need to be debated. They are. But like, and then that's the thing that bugs me. Alima is also a baddie. Before Love Island even started, I was like, oh, I know that Alima's gonna be a baddie. I know. I could already feel her aura. I felt it, and I thought, yeah, she's great. She's gonna be good. But already you guys want to clown her. And they like to do it. This is what I mean. They clown the black girl repeatedly, right? This is the thing. Even though I said it's torturing ritual, yeah, I mean torturing humiliation ritual, they don't just do it one time, they do it throughout the show. But then they like to do it from the very offset as well. It's crazy. It's like, what if things, what it makes me think sometimes, I'm like, oh, should black women not go on Love Island? But I'm like, that's not the thing. Everyone should get their bag if they can. In life, if everyone can get their bag, they should get it. That's it. So that's the main thing. We know that that's why she's gone on the show. And also, she's gone in there to get love like everyone else. But that's what they tell us anyways. I'm at Love Island, they're really falling in love here. Sure. But the fact of the matter is that yes, she wants to fall in love just like everyone else. But then are they trying to set it up as black women don't deserve love? And then, you know what's crazy? Of course, Love Island's not a kid's show, but crazy if your child watched this and then they realize that, because you know the thing is matters is that us as black girls anyways, we want to see people on television who resemble us. That's what I mean. As a black girl, hey, I may be speaking for myself, but I think that's what black girls like. I think that they want to see other people who look like them. I think that's normal. But my main thing is they've obviously put her on there. She's obviously been like, oh, everyone's beautiful. Blue, come to the front. What do you mean, Blue? What do you mean everyone's beautiful? We know everyone's beautiful. What about it? Because exactly, because Alima tried to explain it to him. I love that I love that she sat him down and she schooled him. She said, "You wouldn't actually say that. Like nobody would say that. Like especially, I guess in a way she was trying to set it up as imagine if we were actually in a committed relationship. You want to come in, right, and you come into a space and you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, your friends are really beautiful. And we said, first of all, that's not what we're doing. We're not talking about my friends, we're talking about me. We're talking about me. You don't say I'm beautiful. Forget everybody else. So yeah, and that was because obviously that's his number one strike anyways. But then yeah, and then the thing of the matter is, it's like, fine. I don't think we should have a go at people necessarily, really, for saying that someone's not their type. That's all well and good. I'm like, that's fine. People get that all the time. I'm like, we probably should learn to take that better. But then, but the fact of the matter is, you know, the way of doing it and the fact that it happens all the time. Basically, the fact of the matter is that it happens all the time, and the fact of the matter is how long is it going to continue? Because we talk about this every year, and that's why I'm also like, as you know, that's why I'm talking about it now. Because obviously it happens every year, and um, every year the women are on there and they want to be seen as prizes, trophies, all that normal stuff, but they don't get that. And they don't get that because of the men that they're setting themselves up with. But then, you know, this is another factor that comes into play, right? The black men don't even like the black men on there. Not even 90% of the time, but sometimes they do. You know, they kind of obviously also want the black women to go with the black, yeah, they want the black women to go with the black men, and they set it up in that way. But obviously obviously not yesterday, but like, because obviously it wasn't usually the normal way that they do it. They did it about, what was it, if it's your type on paper. So yeah, so obviously that's why he said, oh, you're not my type on paper, because if the roles had been reversed, he wouldn't have picked her. But then I also don't think that's fair, because he doesn't know that necessarily. Because that's also, remember, we can also bring in Dejan, right? If we're going to talk about both the black cast members, we can also talk about Dejan. Meg wasn't happy to see him either, right? So there we go, from the jump. And she wants to tell him, she said, oh, it's because I was thrown off by the fact that you party till 4 a.m. in the morning. The girl's a liar. She didn't expect to see a black guy, even though his name should include her in. He said either you're pretending, or I don't know, because Meg wouldn't want to outright say to Dejan that he's not her type, because that would be crazy. But Blue, he had the gall to say it. He had the gall to say it, and in such a manner. I said, no, she didn't deserve that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? And honestly, the black women on these shows, they're fine babes. Why do they not get treated as such? Why do they not get treated as such? But then, I don't even know. It was funny because on Twitter I saw someone say, "Oh, Blue and Alima are their winners," and then it was like, you know, like the cloud music. It was like, no, that's actually not what they have set in store for this show. They don't have that set in store. It's not going to be them two. And how could anybody, first and foremost, how could anybody declare the winners from the first episode? I can't. These all look, bro, I don't know. They all look weird to me. And I think you always feel like that in the first episode anyways. We haven't got a grasp of any of these people. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't put two people together and already tell you they're going to win just by yesterday. In a way, I don't like, I don't like some of these people. And as I said, there's not a good feel for them. So I'm like, if they're going to win, who really knows? Except, I don't know, like, I want to think to myself, can I think of one right now? Off the bat. No. It's just because, like, I don't know, somebody like, I just always think sometimes, because, you know, they do surprise us with the winners, honestly, sometimes. Honestly, they do. Because who even won last year, I remember? I think who won last year was a black couple, right? And I think, yes, that stunned us, basically. That was completely surprising. So that's what I'm saying. You think yourself sometimes it is surprising, but it's also not at the same time. I remember obviously used to be the winners. It used to just be like whatever white couple. Like I think probably when Tommy and Molly May won, that was a given. We said that was a given. They were gonna win. But like I think like yeah, you really don't know. And I think I just couldn't tell you from yesterday. I couldn't tell you from yesterday. There's no way of knowing. Are they saying that Dejan and Liam are gonna get together and then they'll win? Who knows? But I just think also about Love Island, I don't think the black people always have to end up together. I don't know. I might get flamed for that one. But like that's just my opinion. Is it, I don't know, is it controversial? Maybe. But hey, I just believe that yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, first of all, what was her name? Whitney. Whitney was with Lucian or something. Yeah, he wasn't black. Not to say, look, it's no diss on the black man. I don't do that here. No diss on him. We're just saying it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. But my whole like point of the video is it feels like Love Island is a machine. it's a cog in a machine and it runs the same theme every year. They're always like, oh, like how Maya Judgeon was doing advertising, being like, we want twists and turns, we want new, blah blah blah. But it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be the same dryness. And the thing that's angering me, obviously how I started out, was I'm back again, like into Love Island. And I actually don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to be here. And I think I was saying that because obviously I'm watching Love Island in a minute, but like, I don't see myself staying long here, like in this show, even though, like I mentioned, there is an addictive thing though, and I can tell you as a reality TV addict, right? I can tell you it's my experience. I've been in it. I've been in the game for a long time. So I know that when I say, oh my gosh, I don't want to stay in Love Island, I mean, I don't want to watch Love Island a lot, it doesn't mean anything. We probably will be here, unwillingly. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just like, yeah, like anything they do is not a surprise. Except I think what they wanted to say was that, oh, they were going to dump somebody on the first night. But we knew they weren't going to do that anyway. Like, that's not the type of show that they're running here. Is that what they wanted to say? That's what their twists and turns are? But it don't matter. That's not what they're doing. And I thought to myself, don't they usually bring a bombshell on the first night? If I'm wrong, tell me. But I thought that they do. Hey, it's neither here nor there. My fact of the matter is please, Love Island, stop bringing back women on television. If you're just going to embarrass them on live TV in front of their family and friends, yeah, it's no good. Like, they don't deserve it, and it's not nice. First and foremost, it's not nice. Because, you know, Alima's better. Like, she's a better girl than me, I'll tell you that. Because she could have cried. Do you know what I mean? And that would have been explosive. That would have been crazy. I think some of the girls have cried on there before, basically, anyways. So, this is what I'm saying. She could have cried, and that would have made it even worse. And I know that if something to me, I probably would too. It's like, oh, we're in a couple together, but you're not feeling me. And then he'd be like, oh yeah, we can try talking to each other. But then after we see Alima say, oh no, actually, she's like, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. And I was like, oh, well then where do we go from here? But then again, it's their first day. So what you think to yourself is they're all gonna broaden their horizons. Nobody ever stays in their couple. They don't know. This is what I mean. I'm always like, these are don't know commitment if it bit them on the ass. They don't know it. They don't know anything about it. But anywho, anyways, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying they'll probably broaden the horizons. So it's a thing where like, oh, she won't get trapped in with Blue. Anyways, you know, let me talk about my positives because in the lineup of the guys, because yeah, I would say it was like it's Blue and Connor. Even though, look, I said Blue, I'm not happy with what he said to my girl Alima. That's given. That's a number one. It's a given. Yeah, it's a given. I'm not happy with what he said to Alima. But I just mean, you know, when you just look at the lineup and you're like to yourselves, yes, I'm talking about my opinion on face value, who is a tick, and I feel like yes, it's Blue and it's Connor. And then if I'm saying like, oh, to say who I like, but I don't mean like, I meant like so like obviously like Tommy, because he just seems like a geezer, and then yeah, but then and then with the girls, whoa, love Sophie. That's what I mean. Love Sophie, love Alima. Those are my two girls. I write at dawn for that, right? And then any more of the girls, I don't think so. They're not giving, right? They're not giving, yeah? I think Sophie and Alima, they just seem good. They just seem... Maybe we've seen them a lot, I guess. Maybe from yesterday. We've seen them a lot on screen time, so maybe that's the reason. But, yeah. I said those two girls, they are the ones. If anyone does anything to them, I'm going to get mad. And I'm going to... What am I going to do, actually? I'm just going to get mad. That's the point. I'm just going to get mad. And that's basically it. But yeah. Love Island, do better. Okay? You've been doing this for years. What's the problem? Basically. Okay? Fix up. Look sharp.